Welcome back to Newsmax Now. Yesterday, our very own John Bachman spoke with Fox News host Bill O'Reilly about his book, Killing Reagan, and the controversy the book is causing. Let's listen to more of that interview right now.
Newsmax's CEO here, Chris Ruddy, a guy you know pretty well, wrote an article published yesterday on Newsmax.com saying that Will's attack on you went well beyond legitimate criticism of a book. Chris said that if someone working here at Newsmax attacked our lead hosts as, quote, willfully misleading people, he thinks that person should resign. He felt so strongly about the lead hosts, as Will did, and if they didn't resign, they should be fired. Do you think Will should either resign as a paid analyst from Fox News or be fired?
No, I don't, because he came on the program and he debated it with me. I don't know if you'd call it a debate, but
I don't know. I don't know about debate, but it was definitely.
Now, if he had run away, if he had run away and hid under his desk, then I would think differently. But he's entitled to his opinion, Will.
Yeah. Well, I asked that question.
He doesn't like the book. Fine.
I asked that question because New York Magazine wrote an article about a quote-unquote civil war playing out at Fox. Can you shed some light on that?
No, New York Magazine is a bunch of bull. I mean, their agenda is we hate Fox. We'll print stuff all day long that makes Fox look bad. We'll use anonymous sources. Why would I comment on them? It's absurd. And everybody knows it in the journalism business. They're not taken seriously. And by the way, there's not one anonymous source in Killing Reagan. Not one. We don't do that.
All right.
Every time we say something, the record shows who said it and it's backed up by somebody else.
All right.
This whole thing, let me just say one thing. The reason Will lost the debate here and got crushed was because I brought up the name Michael Deaver. You know who that is, John? Michael Deaver? Okay. Michael Deaver was perhaps Ronald Reagan's closest friend, an advisor, all throughout Reagan's political career. He wrote a book, Deaver, and actually confirmed every single thing that we said in Killing Reagan. Michael Deaver. And when I read Will the passage from Deaver's own book, Will had no reply. All right? I mean, and when I said, look, Howard Baker held a press conference to address this, Will had no reply on television. And that's when I got a little bit angry, because all he was doing was attacking me personally. He was ignoring the record, and then I called him what he is, a hack.
All right. Well, controversy, of course, can be very good for book sales. And we hear Killing Reagan is selling out in bookstores, so this may not turn out to be such a bad thing for you or for the book. What's your next book?
I can't tell you what my next book is, because if I do, then somebody will put a title out, the same title like they did with Killing Jesus. We announced Killing Jesus, and 3 weeks later there was a Killing Jesus on the market. So I can't tell you, but it'll be, I guarantee you, John, when the next book comes out, you and Ruddy will be interviewing me again.
All right.
Because somebody will say, I made it up. I mean, look, we now, Dugard and I, are the biggest selling nonfiction authors in the world. In the world. I've had more #1 New York Times bestsellers than any other author, nonfiction, ever in history. Okay? I'm tied, I think, with Woodward. But when you reach that status, there are going to be people trying to take you down. That's just the way it is. And we're ready for them. And I appreciate Newsmax being honest about the whole thing, which is why I'm talking to you today.
Well, we always appreciate talking to you, Bill.
You haven't. So what was it like? He seemed very straightforward and very confident in what he had written about.
He is who you think he is. He's Bill O'Reilly. He was Bill O'Reilly during the interview, and as you saw, found a great way to plug his book a couple times in that interview. He
just happened to have it right there.
Right there. He's a genius. That's why he is so successful in what he does, is because he thinks of those minor details and he folds them into what he's doing, no matter whether it's an interview with Newsmax or in his show. He just knows what he's doing.
Are you going to read the book?
I think I'm going to start with Killing Patton, since he suggested that, and I know the autographed copy is on its way, Mr. O'Reilly.
All right. We want to give you some new details now on that developing story out of Paris, France. I'm going to be live at 6 o'clock along with Prime host J.D. Hayworth to talk much more about this. But as of right now, this is what we know. One French station is reporting that 60 people are dead after at least 3 attacks in Paris, France. French media reports the attackers have taken about 100 hostages at a theater. That's according to the Associated Press. There was also a lockdown at a stadium where the French president was watching a soccer game, but he's out of that area right now. Still to come here on Newsmax Now, the American moment that changed an African-American seamstress into the mother of the freedom movement. And there's still time to share your thoughts with us. We want to know what you think about Donald Trump's rant about Ben Carson last night. Tweet us at Newsmax Now or leave us a comment on our website. We're going to air some of your comments shortly. A lot of people are talking about this and probably will be over the weekend. Weigh in right now. You're watching Newsmax Now.